Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. Can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me this week I've got Rob and Damon.
Hello.
Rob says hi,
Yeah,
and so do I. Yeah.
half the
I
people
was
are
just
on audio, Rob.
disassociating for a second there, but I'm back.
You're back. All right.
I was thinking about dancing crabs.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we've decided to dedicate this episode all
The
Switch
tariffs
2 all the time.
and switches.
Tariffs are
Mostly
part of it, actually, this
Tariffs
time, Rob.
played a surprisingly large amount of it, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
it's a surprisingly large amount. So, we're not gonna have any of what we've been playing. We're just gonna, like I said, we're just gonna talk about, well, not all Switch 2. So since last time we got together, Nintendo had a surprise direct the week before the Switch 2 launch, highlighting games coming out for the Switch. Not even Switch 2 titles.
Right.
Just like nobody had any idea really what it was going to be. And yeah, they showed some stuff.
He showed some stuff. Yeah.
They did.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
they
Anything
showed some gameplay of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Right.
Did not give us a firm release date. Still said 2025. In my own little prediction there, I'm thinking Christmas, holiday season, November-ish. That seems like a good time, right? But it's also interesting that they put this in here, so that means that it's coming to the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, right?
It's
Yeah.
this generation's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, except it's not a launch title. Uh,
No, that's fair. That's fair.
you know? They also showed some gameplay of Pokemon Legends Z to A, Z to A, depending where you live. That too is due in 2025. No actual date. This one looks to be more on the idea of what was that? Pokemon Legend, oh Legends, I guess. So it's that open world.
Arceus.
Arceus, yeah, Arceus.
Yes. Yeah.
You played that, right, Damon?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little bit,
I did.
and it
Yeah.
was good.
It was like a very barren Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
Okay.
It was still good though. I enjoyed it. I think it might have made my top 5. It might have been number 5 that year for me.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I did play it. Yeah.
All right. Then there were a bunch of other games they showed. One of them being Rhythm Heaven Groove, which actually looked like it could be fun. Coming to the Switch in 2026, though. So that, I mean, you know that Nintendo wasn't just going to cut off the Switch, right? Like, there's just
Well,
too many of them out there to just
How
be
long were
like,
they making Let's Dance games for the Wii?
Hmm.
Didn't that just stop last year or a year and a half ago?
So they also talked about the Nintendo Switch Virtual Game Card. What did you guys think of that?
I liked it. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie, I thought that was cool. Yeah, I was excited about that, and I thought there should have been more news about it. I just
yeah, a little more
it inc-
clarification, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah, it
I
incent
almost. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying it incentivizes people to get digital. But I mean, it's kind of what they want to do, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, being able to loan your game, like especially for families and stuff like that, where you can buy a digital copy of something and then you can loan it out.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's a great idea. Yeah.
and that's the thing, though. Does it have to be someone in your family?
No, I don't believe it
No,
does.
No, you
no.
can.
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay, I didn't. I didn't. I meant to go back and watch that again and kind of get their wording on it. But yeah, it was. I mean, that's a pretty big deal for them to announce at this, right?
Yeah, it's loaning a game to your friend and knowing you'll get it back even if he forgets to give it to you.
Right. Yeah. 2 weeks it comes back or
To
something
be,
like that.
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this stuff isn't in order, but their one more thing was a Tamagotchi life living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like they were kind of stretching out for time a little bit there.
A little
it
bit. Yeah.
it
It's
did,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Oh, they also announced the Nintendo Today app, which is their their news app that they're pushing now. And the very next day, they actually announced Zelda, the Zelda live action movie, coming in 2027, I believe, was the date on that.
yeah, bold choice having Jack Black play Zelda, but they figured he's been playing everything else, so why not?
Yeah, well, it's a
Yeah.
video game movie, Rob. Who else is going to
Yeah,
play
yeah. You
play the
got it,
main
Jack Black,
character?
and
Yeah.
Kevin Hart and The Rock. So
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Rock's going to be Goomba
And Jason Momoa.
Jason
Yeah.
Momoa.
and Jason Momoa. That's right.
Yeah.
They have to make a jacket that Jason Momoa will like to wear.
hmm
Like,
hmm It's got to be flamboyant.
Yeah.
but I put that app on my phone and I haven't checked it again since. And I didn't even hear off the app about the Zelda thing. I saw a news site post about it, so and I allowed it to give notifications. So I don't know. I yeah. We'll see. We'll see what comes of this. We'll see what comes
Yeah.
of it.
Oh, for sure.
Something that they showed at this direct that I'm super excited for. The company that did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is doing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and it's a beat 'em up game, and it looks awesome, and I can't wait to play it.
Yeah. We should stream it again. That was awesome.
Oh yeah,
We did some Shredder's Revenge last
Right.
2
That's
two
right.
2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago,
Yeah.
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 And that was a good time. We
That was a great time. Yeah.
yeah, I think we have. Did we have 5 people playing or 4?
I think it was just 4.
4 for sure. Yeah.
4
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brent joined in but didn't play, if I remember. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome, yeah. It does it looks like a great time. It's right up my alley as well. They showed some of the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake, which is um what Square Enix is doing for all the older games now. They give it that really good looking 2D overhaul.
Except Chrono Trigger, they haven't touched that one because it's lost to time now. Apparently. But I'm not bitter or anything. It's okay.
No, no.
Is that actually true? Like they said they can't
I
do it? Oh.
No, it just kind of like yeah,
Of all
greatest
one-
RPG ever made. We'll just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saga Frontiers 2 remastered.
Sega.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, there's a lot near the end of the show I think we can gloss over pretty
Yeah.
quick here.
Oh, Disney Villains Cursed Cafe, where you're a coffee maker for Disney villains.
Yeah.
They announced a new Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar.
Yep, they sure did.
Gradius Origins, which is a collection of a bunch of Gradius games. And it has Salamander 3 in it, which I guess is a big deal. They also
Yeah,
they
it's
also
the third one, I guess. Like they never made. It's a new one, so
yeah.
yeah.
They showed Rift of the Necro Dancer. Have you guys ever tried any of the Necro Dancer
I played
games?
one. Yeah.
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 It's addictive. Yeah.
It really is. It really
Yeah.
is. I bought the Crypt of the Necro Dancer when they had the Nintendo one come out. They had the Zelda
Yeah. The Zelda one. That's the one I played too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monument Valley 1, 2, and 3 coming to the Switch this summer.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Those are good.
They were fun.
Everybody's Golf Hot Shots coming as well.
Yeah.
There's a game called King of Meat.
I knew you were going to mention that one. I was like, of the ones that are left here.
And Wandering Village, which actually I put a lot of time into this past summer. It's a good little city builder. You're building a city on the back of a giant lizard that's moving through the world. That's why it's a Wandering Village.
Wandering Village. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler.
That's the game.
All right. So that was the direct. It wasn't. I mean, for me, the biggest highlight, well, two highlights, I guess, were the Cosmic Invasion and the Metroid Prime 4. What did you think of the Metroid Prime 4, Damon?
It makes me want to play Metroid Prime 1. I got the remaster. Haven't played it yet, but
Same.
that's what I'm like, oh, I need to play that.
So did you play 3?
Nope.
No, I didn't either.
No.
I really gave it a good try one day. I put a couple hours in, but you have to play it with a Wiimote. And unless they fix that,
Right? Yeah.
I don't know. They showed off one of the new abilities, which is the psychic powers. Kind of looks like a time slowing time, bullet time. That's the word I'm trying to spit out. Look like kind of a bullet time kind of things that you can do. So yeah, I mean, I'm stoked. I really am.
Yeah, it looks good.
I've completed 1 and 2, and yeah, loved both of them. Rob, do you have any opinions on Prime 4?
Not at all. I was excited for when we kind of skipped over there, that Patapon 1 and 2 collection there.
Oh, sorry.
That was,
I
No. Like, we were kind of skimming our way through there, but they were both exclusively on the PSP before.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's,
where I played it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just interesting that they're coming to the Switch now. It's been a long time since they came out. They're fun little rhythm, I guess, rhythm. Well, they are rhythm games, I guess, but have a bunch of little weird-looking villagers and do fun things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which
Well,
means
yeah.
that PlayStation games on Switch confirmed.
There you go.
There.
Brent's not here. I feel like I need to say something,
Yeah.
something outrageous, but
Well, let's move into the meat of it all.
yeah, kind of the
So-
main news, right?
April 2nd finally came, and they had an hour-long direct. They opened with showing Mario Kart World, correct? I don't even remember now. I know it's
Yep.
only a week ago, but
Yeah.
so much has happened in this week. Which looks amazing. Like a whole lot of fun. They're going an open world route.
Mario Kart Horizon. Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking that. Yep.
Yeah.
Mario Kart
Mario Kart
Horizon.
Horizon.
Or Mario Kart Paradise, whatever you want to call it.
And honestly, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too, actually. That sounds like fun to me. Allow me to play in between when I'm playing.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, really. Yeah.
Exactly. I think we can all agree that for $60, that's going to be an amazing deal.
Right? It's worth every
At
one
least
of those $60.
Every one of those $60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you burying the lead a little, Rob?
I might be ruining the lead a little.
What so one of the things later in the direct here is they started talking about prices of things. Well, actually
Yeah.
they didn't.
No, they did not.
They didn't.
Not the direct.
No.
No,
You
that
think they would?
yeah. No, you're
but
right.
they
Actually,
did
none of
not.
this stuff was talked about in the direct. It was all brought up after. Um, but yeah, Mario Kart is going to be an $80 American game, which right now the going is 60,
Yeah.
which makes it $80 in Canada, which is going to make it 100 and so in an $80
I,
American game is going to be 100 and so.
I wonder if they'll try and stick 99 MSRP on it just to keep it
Yeah.
below that
Yeah.
$100,
Yeah.
right?
Well, how
That's
much
kind of
how much did Tears of the Kingdom end up being? Because that was the first one I think they kind of experimented with. It was 90 or 95, right?
yeah.
If somewhere, if it wasn't nine, it was. I want to say it was just 90. Well, not just 90, but 90. um, yeah. So next thing they showed off was what the mysterious C button does that everyone's been
Oh
talking about.
Yeah.
God,
It wasn't for cut.
Nope.
no.
Like a switchblade would come out the top or something.
Oh my god!
So
You can
I
detach a
lost that.
Joy-Con and you've cut a. It's self-defense as well.
It turns out it was actually a time machine.
Ah, yes. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
Bring me way back to, I don't know,
What?
2001, 2002.
Why don't you tell us what the C button does, Damon?
Ah, I I guess you could call it the chat button. I don't know, like voice chat with 6 frames per second on the video, and
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
They
it
weren't ashamed to show that, were they?
yeah,
No.
it basically it allows you to send like low quality gifs to your friends on of you playing a game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's chatting. It ties in video, which also ties in the camera,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure will also be sold at Nintendo price. And yeah,
So I think the camera was listed at 60 American, so 80-ish Canadian.
yeah,
Holy
Um,
smokes.
but yeah, it's a little you get a little USB-C camera that you plug into the top of your Switch when it's docked, which you can use it undocked as well.
yeah,
But they demonstrated it. So they also demonstrated that the mic, it's not in the Joy Cons, it's in the console itself.
yeah.
And apparently they have some sort of noise canceling AI tech because they show you playing on your
Oh
couch.
crap.
I know. They show you playing on your couch with the Switch docked and your roommates using the blender behind you, but they can still hear you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
Right.
was amazing. It was magic, is what it was. I'm sorry, like yeah, it's impressive enough. Like, why lie so blatantly? Where it's like, don't worry, your mom's making a smoothie in the back. Johnny will
Robin,
still hear you.
if anybody can capture magic, it's Nintendo, Rob.
There you go. I'm makers of Alarmo.
From
That's
the
right.
makers of Alarmo.
The makers of Alarmo.
All rights reserved. Yeah.
uh, just a quick note on the camera. Um, Hori, the company, they're one of the people that make official peripherals for Nintendo. They've already listed that they're selling a Piranha Plant camera instead of it's got the camera inside the mouth of the Piranha
Yeah.
Plant.
Okay.
So
Okay. Well,
look,
that's cool.
looks pretty
Like
neat.
that.
I could see a spot where it would go in your room there, Ryan.
Yep. um. Okay, I got lost here. Oh my God! So many windows. So many windows. Okay. Um. So they also talked about game share,
Yeah.
which was kind of interesting. So you'll be able to share a game that's a multiplayer game on, I imagine, on your local network. It would have to be that, uh, and apparently a friend can download a version of the game to play online with you, multiplayer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a guest pass, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Like what Take Two does.
They didn't really. They showed it with a card game. I think it was Uno. But we'll
Yeah,
see. We'll have to see what sort of games end up using something like that.
I can't see them doing it with like a Splatoon or something like that. That's
No,
just can't see them doing it. Yeah.
maybe one of the confirmed launch titles is oh my goodness, from Double Fine there,
Oh, Split Fiction.
Split Fiction.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Is it Split,
yep,
Split Fiction? Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
Yep,
Yeah, Split
that's the one.
Fiction's
yeah, yeah,
one of the confirmed launch titles.
yeah.
So then also Nintendo showed us their their version of 1-2 Switch for the Switch 2, which they're just calling the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. it's gonna
I mean,
be
it
it's gonna be a
sounds
game.
very well. Sounds very welcoming, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a neat way to show what all the new features in your thing is. I mean, it's a great little free pack-in thing that they're offering for free when you buy your Switch to just tie in for a free thing, right?
Well, that's right, because you want to know how to
Yeah,
use your new machine.
exactly. It's
Essentially,
really
an interactive instruction manual.
exactly, which
Yeah.
is a
So
great free add-in for the system
so they're doing
Yeah.
like PlayStation 5 did with Astro's Playroom, right?
Right. Or
for
or
free.
e-
Absolutely.
or even maybe like Wii Sports on the
Or
Wii.
Yeah,
like Wii Sports. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Great,
Which
great
really,
little free thing.
Great
Like
little
yeah.
free thing. Yeah,
if it was free,
except Rob, it's not free.
it's not free. No,
It's not free. Yeah.
This just in, it's $10 US.
is that actually what they listed it at?
It
Oh,
is
okay.
$10. Yeah.
Oh my!
Well, that's not
Yeah.
bad. When
Well, as a side note, Shigeru Miyamoto didn't actually want Wii Sports as a pack-in with
oh
the Wii. Reggie Fils-Aimé
Ah,
fought him on it and won. And I guess it really made Miyamoto very mad.
oh
But Reggie got his way, and then look what happened.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
people
Yep.
bought the Wii because of that.
specifically for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. It will yeah, it'll be a game that you can download
Yeah.
when you
It
buy
is.
your Switch 2
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be, yeah, for $10
for
For
$10.
US.
12 to 15 Canadian. Yeah. There we go.
10 freedom bucks.
Oh, so they also showed off some, as you can kind of expect, there's going to be enhanced versions of Nintendo games coming. So one of the ones they showed is Super Mario Party Jamboree, which is the latest Super Mario Party title. And and it looks like they kind of have their own version of Connect going on in there, because they showed some
Yeah.
stuff where they had like 4 players, all video represented on the screen, punching and yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, the best part of any Microsoft console was the Kinect.
the Connect was pretty fun.
It was fun. It just little maddening sometimes, but
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, if you wanted yeah, accuracy, that was not the way to go.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, I played the Star Wars dance game. I played the Star Wars dance game on Connect.
Yeah. Yeah. It became a great meme. Very
Yeah.
good meme. Yeah.
So they also announced updates to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 editions, upgraded graphics, HDR support, and there's going to be a GPS-like Nintendo app integration for your phone that'll help you find hidden Korok seeds. And you can also share, in Tears of the Kingdom, you can also share your schematics for devices you build.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
They also showed a game called Dragon Drive. which it's do you remember there was a documentary about 10 years ago that everyone was going crazy for called Murder Ball, where it was guys who played basketball in wheelchairs. Anyways, oh my goodness. Daisy. She hears the other dogs barking, so she has to participate. Uh, anyways, yeah, but the gimmick of playing this, is that it's not something we got to yet. I guess we kind of glossed over it, but they showed and confirmed that there is mice built into, or mice functionality built into the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And basically, this drag and drive game is what you would do with your hands on the wheelchair.
Yeah, like click and drag and the
Yeah.
turn and the
So what do you guys think of the mouse being added to the Joy-Con?
It's a neat feature. Like you can see it really working with like Metroid Prime, right? With the can hold one up here and do the precise aiming there.
Yeah.
The one thing I was going to ask you guys though,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's a cool feature, and I would never say don't add it just for the sake of that. But how often do you play Switch where you'd have something on your lap that you could use it for a mouse pad?
Never.
not often if I'm at
Yeah.
a desk. But you know
Yeah.
what, Rob? I'm sure Nintendo will sell you one for
It's
25,
true.
25 US dollars.
Yeah.
It's true, and I mean, not to crap on it. I mean, it's cool they're adding it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
never you can never have too many neat features, but it would just feel weird to play Switch at a desk. But maybe it'll change the way people play Switch.
Yeah, I saw a video of somebody playing Metroid Prime, and they were talking about how like they could use the mouse, and then you had the other Joy-Con in your
Yeah.
hand, and then you have the mouse in the one hand, but then you can actually pick up the mouse, turn it, and then you can play the game this way, and then immediately go back to having
Oh.
the mouse mode without going into a menu, without
Oh,
changing anything, right? So it almost seemed like an additional way to just interact with the game. And that seemed pretty exciting. And that kind of just reminds me of how good Nintendo is at making video games and just allowing you to do something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm all for it. And hey, real-time strategy games.
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did announce they're re-releasing Civilization 7 with supporting that functionality. What else did they talk about here? Oh, they showed off a new Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, which I will be all over. This is the last one was a prequel to um oh my goodness, to Breath of the Wild, and this one's going to be a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I don't know if you played the other one, which I totally can't think of the name right now. Um, Hyrule Warrior
Calamity, something Calamity.
Age of Calamity?
That sounds like it.
Age of Calamity, yeah. Um, that game was too big for the Switch. When you set off
Mhm.
some of those like uh specials, like your frame rate literally dropped to like 5.
Yeah.
It got super choppy. So I'd be excited to see some of those bigger things happening on the Switch too. That's for sure. Oh, they also confirmed um, GameCube. What is the new addition to the Switch Online library? And as long as you have the Plus, Nintendo Online Plus, you will get it.
What else do you have to have Nintendo Online Plus for? Brian?
Oh. Good catch.
To do with the GameCube.
To do with the GameCube. Oh, I don't know.
They paywalled the controller.
No.
Yes.
Wait, so
Really?
to buy it
Yeah.
or to
Yeah.
use it?
Yeah, you have to have a Nintendo Switch Online account in order to buy that controller.
Wow.
Oh my. You know, they also in their attempt to beat scalpers, if you can apply to be you can apply to pre-order if you have a Nintendo Plus account that has
Yeah.
more than 50 hours on it and has been active more than 2 months or a month. Anyways, not leading up, like you couldn't just buy one now to get your pre-order. You have
Yeah.
to have
Okay.
like, these things in place. You also, unlike if you're pre-ordering from anywhere else, you do have to prepay for everything at the time of checkout
Right.
with
Right.
with Nintendo. That's
Now, if you
interesting. I
don't,
hadn't heard that about the controller, but
Yeah,
that checks out.
it does. Yeah.
if you don't have the Nintendo Switch Online, you can order the Mad Catz version,
Oh yeah,
Oh.
which
yeah.
is yeah, has a couple less buttons, but still tries hard.
Yeah.
So the new
It's
wire.
great for a younger sibling or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The little brother controller.
Yeah.
Um, the so the GameCube controller will have the C button, which I imagine everything will from now on. And they announced Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX, complete with multiplayer mode. Will
That
be
is
the
pretty
launch
cool.
titles of that.
Yep.
So we also, they announced the Dusk Bloods, which is a From Software game, which is
Yeah.
And a Switch exclusive at that.
yeah.
Yeah, Switch 2, sorry.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
do a double.
Yeah.
A Switch 2 exclusive, yeah.
Which is interesting that Nintendo has gone as far as for their Switch 2 to secure a FromSoft exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Like they're launching the Switch 2 with the Mario Kart bundle if you want. So obviously it's family centric, and then all of a sudden they come out with this game.
Yeah. They announced also Cyberpunk 2077's a launch title, a port to the Switch 2. That's it's not a game I thought Nintendo would be actively looking to port, you know?
Yeah.
But they also announced at the Direct Kirby Air Riders.
This made a lot of people very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I don't know a lot about the old game, but there was a lot of reaction videos of people just screaming at the TV when Kirby Air Riders. I guess this is a game that hasn't had a sequel in a very, very long time. Like it's a
GameCube game.
Yeah.
The original is a GameCube game, yeah.
So good for them.
Yeah.
You guys ever play Kirby Air Ride?
Nope.
No. No, sir.
All right, yeah.
You know,
Me neither.
Kirby is a big hole in my Nintendo gaming library. I always seen it and thought it was a kid's game and never looked into it. Like, and kind of wish I would have now. I mean, looks like there's some pretty fun stuff, but almost feels too late to get into it now.
It's never too late. Whip out the Game Boy.
That's how I
That's
feel
the
about
first one.
games as a service as a whole. I'm like, oh, I didn't get in at the bottom floor. Now I'll be that noob, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. So they also showed off a new Donkey Kong game comes out a month after the Switch 2 comes out, which is something Nintendo does, because I remember they did this with the original Switch launch. I'm pretty sure Mario Kart was a month after.
Yeah.
Mario Kart was a month after.
Yeah.
And
also several years before. But yeah, you're right.
That's yes, yeah.
Yeah.
On the Wii U, correct,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, so it's a 3D open world platformer. Kind of looks like it might be in the vein of Mario Odyssey. And
It's interesting you said that because online they're trying to figure out which Nintendo developer made it, and that's the rumor is that it was made by the same developers that made Mario Odyssey.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was the
looks like.
vibes.
Yeah,
That was the vibes I
yeah,
got from it for sure.
yeah. It looked
Yep.
really good. Yeah.
Hmm.
I haven't played a Donkey Kong title since DK64, and I mean that game kicked my ass repeatedly. Um, so I wonder if this will maintain the difficulty level of like a Donkey Kong title, or they'll try to make it a little more appealing. So that was mainly the direct, and since the direct happened, there's been just so much news.
Yeah. Where do you start?
Well, I'm gonna work my way down the list here. So we talked about the camera already. Um, I got an article on Switch 2 hands-on with the Switch 2 mouse. I don't know. We don't have to really talk too much about that. Uh, Big thing, Nvidia has confirmed that they are indeed providing a custom processor to Nintendo, because Nintendo's not talking about it.
No, they've been
No,
dead quiet.
they
about
are.
it.
They also confirmed that they made a version of DLSS for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Is that other article didn't talk about, speaking of the graphics, the they confirmed it can do 120 frames per second in handheld,
Mm-hmm.
or up to
Yep.
4K at 60 frames per second while docked, and that the dock actually has its own
Oh yeah.
cooling to kind of do the
Oh yeah, that was
do
missed
the
in the.
yeah. Now having a display that can process up to that, and actually having games that run at 120 hertz, it'll be wait to be seen. Wait to be seen how well that works. But the
Yeah.
fact that
Yeah.
the display handles it is great. So
Yeah. A lot of people are a little unhappy that it doesn't have an OLED screen out of the gate, and they're saying,
Right.
well, I have a Switch OLED right now. What's going to happen when I look at the Switch 2 LCD screen? But it's 120 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
HDR, variable refresh rate,
Yeah.
and it's a bigger screen.
yep,
So
that's a big
I'm
thing. Yep,
yeah.
absolutely.
So I think it'll look great, but yeah, it's waits to be seen. And I'm sure you can get an OLED in a few years. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
exactly,
be the.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also confirmed a ray tracing with our hardware. Nvidia confirmed it. Yeah. You know,
And a little bit lesser known, G-Sync as well. I heard that today.
Yes,
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, with DLSS, you can do some damn near witchcraft on
Yeah.
on graphics cards. They still haven't released anything on about how many tensor cores or anything like that, but at some point, we need Digital Foundry to break it all down for us one
Yeah.
day. But
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I can't wait till what it'll be. What's the release date? June 5th or
Mhm.
June 6th, whatever day it is. I can like the day after when people have bought theirs and just start tearing them apart.
Tearing it down,
Yep,
the immediate
yep.
teardown. Yeah.
Yeah, Nvidia said 1,000 engineer years of effort went into the stuff for the Nintendo Switch. 1,000
From a
engineer years.
from a hardware perspective, I actually really like what Nintendo's put together. Like it does. Like yeah, I understand it's iterative. They didn't want to like they caught lightning in a bottle. 150 million Switch units sold.
Yeah.
Right. That's they can't deviate from that too much. So yeah, of course, 120 hertz HDR screen, 4K 60 docked, 256 gigs of storage, which is awesome.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
that's a big deal. It's a huge
Yeah,
Right.
that's
upgrade.
huge. Yeah.
Wi-Fi 6,
Yep.
improved rumble, mouse functionality, and like you guys said, DLSS, ray tracing, and G-Sync. That's a pretty good piece of hardware, right? Like when you think about those components. So
So the question is NVIDIA just involved in the custom GPU, or did they go with some sort of a Tegra derivative as well for the CPU?
hmm,
I mean, I don't know if they still make. It would be the Tegra. I mean, they stopped making those a long time ago, but NVIDIA did make the CPU for the Switch as well, right? So is that why it's 1,000 hours or whatever it was?
Yeah, 1,000 engineer years.
Yeah,
it's a good
engineer years,
question.
I guess. Yep.
Yeah.
It must be, right? Like, um, maybe, yeah. So, with all that in there, maybe it's a good time to. We didn't really mention what the actual price listed was going to be.
Yeah.
So they announced, or it was announced by, I guess, the people doing the pre-orders that 449 American for the base model and 499 with Mario World, with Mario Kart World in there. So that's translating to over 600 Canadian for
Yep.
for that thing. What do you guys think of that price?
Like I'd love the hardware to be cheaper, but
Mhm.
but when I see all that is in it, I can understand why it's that expensive. I get it. I don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
right? It would be much more palatable if it weren't for the pricing of everything surrounding the Switch
Mm,
2. And we'll get
That's
to that in a second, I'm
a
sure.
very good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I could understand. I still like when I was watching the reveal on YouTube, all I could see in the chat was drop the price, drop the price, drop the
Yep.
price. Everybody is losing their minds over the price. But I get it. Like we're talking about all this hardware that's in there. And I mean like all of that's in essentially in the Steam Deck, but it's even to a point, it's even better than the Steam Deck. Like it's got this doesn't have 120 hertz screen, right? It doesn't have uh like I'm not gonna do 4K 60 docked out of that, right? Like it's
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I do understand it, but we'll get to more in a moment.
Do I have a thing? Do I have an article on the price?
No, I don't think that was one of the articles.
No, I don't think it was.
Now, kind of as a side note to the price, it was roughly 24 hours after they announced the price that another little bomb dropped that pre-orders in the States were going to be put on hold because of we were talking earlier about tariffs. Well, there's a tariff on things coming in from China, which Nintendo Switches would be made in China. And they said it could be up to, what did the article say, Ryan? 50% more
Yeah.
in the States?
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we had a good weekend with this because
Yes.
we were like laughing and
So much
pointing.
content.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content.
There was so
Yeah.
much content about it. And we're doing our little dances, and then Monday came, and Nintendo's like, maybe we should do a North American. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're like, no. So Canada was included in that too.
Yeah. Where the Americans hat.
The
Chapeau.
the pre-sales went live in the UK, and they sold out almost instantly.
Sure.
So I mean, people aren't shying away from it. That's for sure.
Now, that being said, do any of you guys know somebody who is going to pre-order one? Were you going to pre-order one, right?
I'm leaning towards yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I I know it sounds a lot like we're not like there's a lot of positives, a lot of negatives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's not polarizing one way or another. We do have one member who does lean very strongly in one direction. He's not here right now,
yeah.
but
Well,
the yeah.
even when we were talking
And-
after the direct there, I mean, we were all kind of mad, and you were the only one who was pretty excited, Rob.
Yeah, which was kind of strange. It was like I was the last one, but I was the last one. Like I don't pre-order Nintendo products. I mean, but I was like, you know what? Technology-wise, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I
the
think so too. Yeah, I like it. I really like the hardware. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, a lot of neat stuff. Like the HDR. Like I don't think we have another handheld with a solid HDR on it either, right? So
Yeah.
not that's not $1,000. Like maybe the Lenovo Legion or something handheld, but
And I don't think that the Switch 2 is trying to compete with those. Like I mentioned
no,
earlier, like
absolutely, yeah,
Nintendo Switch sold 150 million units. The Steam Deck sold 3 million. Like they're not even close to
hmm
the same thing. And that's what people are saying. Oh, for that much money, you can get a Steam Deck, or oh, you can get
Mm-hmm.
a Legion Go or whatever. But they're different. They're not the same people that are looking into buying a Switch 2 are not the same people that
yeah,
are looking to buy a Steam Deck. So yeah, that's as Rob is saying. I think the hardware is I think they've got something pretty special. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's a substantial upgrade, right? Like
yeah,
it's what they needed to do, and just have to see how the first ones look. You know, that's going
yeah.
to be very interesting.
I I still got my
It's got the
launch.
OLED.
Well, this is the Switch. This is actually it's just got the OLED
Oh, okay.
Joy
Yeah,
Cons on it. This is my launch Switch.
yeah. I always have my launch Switch, but I got the Hori because of that. I like to have, you know, the aftermarket. There you go. He
Yeah,
gets it. Um,
the Hori Split Pad Pro, greatest add-on to the Switch ever.
yeah, exactly. So the thing Nintendo doesn't want us to talk about. So the launch version of the Switch is the one that you can jailbreak.
Oh,
Right. I'm really happy I have my launch Switch. So if I wanted to, I could. I would never, but if I wanted to, I could. But might be the reason I might be considering a pre-order for the second one as well.
Now,
Early hardware. Yeah.
I'm going to respectfully disagree because I think we can all say this was the greatest Nintendo Switch add-on.
is the greatest add-on? Yes.
The Nintendo Labo, yes. which which I guess would not work with the Switch 2 because the Joy Cons are a different size, but
No.
also there'd only about 7 of us who bought them, so
So there, you know what? I didn't mark it either, but I was reading an article about. So apparently there's 150 titles that won't work on the Switch too, and
yeah.
5 or 10 of those are Blabo, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. So there's a lot more that doesn't make any sense. Now
yeah,
they're working on a lot of them, right? Like a
yeah,
lot of them will probably come around, but it is a large amount of games for what we would have expected. So
yeah. I don't think there's any. Oh no, I was about to say a lie. So they also said that um, the new Wii Sports will not fully work on the Switch too.
oh,
And that's because the Joy-Con's too big to fit into the leg holder.
Yeah.
So, um, they also talked about, well, Nintendo. Everyone assumed that it was going to be Hall effect technology in the Joy-Con, and Nintendo's denying that. All
Yeah,
they're
they
sa-
did say. Yeah, they did say. Maybe you're about to say the same thing, but they're like, "No, we got it. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's not gonna do that anymore."
no, we redesigned it from the ground up. We
That's right.
figured out the problem. It's not. so
although
you,
there was no problem, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
there was no problem.
Yeah, yeah. So there's nothing for you to worry about.
So
Just
that's,
fine.
my original Switch I showed you there. That's why it has the OLED, Joy Cons on it, because
Yeah.
the original grays, I sent them back once to get them fixed, and then didn't bother again
Yeah,
after
I did the
after they drifted again.
I got the ghillie kits and or whatever they are, and swapped the sticks out
Yeah,
on all of my Joy-Con.
was it hard to do?
It's a little finicky.
A little finicky?
Yeah, yeah. I totally damaged one, and I had to do some soldering to fix it. But after that, it was all smooth.
Nice. Yeah, because I bought a set of Hall Effect
Yeah,
to put in there to try. So
yeah. Just be super patient with it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But
okay. That's what I'm known for.
That's
Patience.
when I think Ryan. I think patience. That's
Oh, they also showed off a new Pro controller. It had a headphone jack in it.
that by itself is
Yeah.
thank you, Nintendo.
yeah.
That's
Um, and of course the C button.
Interesting to note that the existing Pro controllers will still work.
Oh yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
yeah. That was surprising as well. Actually, I was like,
yeah. I wondered about that. Yeah, and apparently you can connect your Joy Cons, old Joy Cons as well, or
yep.
Switch One Joy Cons as well. So you're not totally hooped. What else? I don't know. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
Ah,
No, no,
maybe
that's it.
other than the elephant in the room. No,
I'm curious. Which elephant? What's
the $80 elephant.
Oh
Oh,
yes, 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 yes.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
we did skip over that, didn't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's probably the thing that's leaving the strangest feeling for me.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Kart World confirmed to be being sold for $80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Now that's the
yeah,
digital too, right? Isn't the physical 90?
that's
Oh,
correct.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what?
So
yeah, yeah. The physical's $10 more.
I had heard from a few places that wasn't 100% confirmed yet. Yeah, but that was reported that it was $90, but I haven't been able to confirm it because I was really curious about that. Um,
Wow.
but the reason I think Mario Kart World's $80 is because there's a bundle, right? So they may be incentivizing people to purchase the Switch 2 bundle that contains Mario
Yeah.
Kart World
Right.
instead of, yeah, that may be why.
Because yeah, they are
Um,
just adding. It's like $50 more to get the bundle.
Yeah,
right.
American.
yeah.
Yep. So like I get it. Like Nintendo games, they have all of this polish and they have all of this wonder, and I get like they really craft their games. And for the most part, they're not a buggy mess when you get it. But what this may introduce is every other developer
Yep.
will look at this and they'll see that like, hey, Nintendo is charging $80 for a kart game, right? What can we do now? And then you'll get an $80 whatever,
Madden. It's gonna be EA first.
$80
It's
Madden
gonna be
and
EA first. Yep.
buggy garbage full of microtransactions, and they're still going to want you to charge $80 just to get in the door. So it's an interesting time, but it makes me think back to what games were back in the day. And oddly enough, when I was chatting with you guys the other day, I mentioned Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the Kickstarter,
Hey.
Kickstarter backer, so I have access to the digital back issues. And I was reading one from 1991 the other night, and I'll share my screen.
Technology.
Yeah. So I thought this was interesting. Here is a advertisement from a video game store from Rochester, Vermont from 1991. Look at some of these prices in US dollars. for video games in 1991. $54 for ActRaiser 2,
Wow.
$56 for Bubsy.
Well, do you remember how much Street Fighter 2 was when it came out for
Right.
Super Nintendo? It was close to $100. It was like $80.
Yeah, like look at
I
these
mean,
prices.
dude.
There's Neo Geo down here. Check
Oh,
those ones.
Neo Geo doesn't count. Neo
Yeah.
Geo is Neo Geo was ludicrous at the time because it had
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, like adjusted for inflation, these games are well over $100, and I get it that these are different times, and it's not the same thing, and I understand that wages haven't kept pace with inflation and so on and so forth. But like, it was never an inexpensive hobby.
Yeah.
But still, Nintendo's broken the seal, and that's the problem with this is they pushed it, and it was just like yesterday that Tears of the Kingdom came out and set the high water mark for
Yeah.
a $70 game. And already that was like, okay, I get it. It's Nintendo, it's Tears of the Kingdom, and then now $80 game.
So I just found an article here.
Yeah.
Nintendo has confirmed that they will use variable pricing on games for the Switch 2.
Yeah. Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70.
Oh, it is,
So-
hey? Okay.
Yeah.
Still,
And,
that's that high mark, right? Like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
And the welcome tour is $10. No, nobody buy it. That's a joke. I mean, it's serious. It's happening, but it's a joke that they're doing that. Nobody buy it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's garbage. Oh, and the one more thing that's garbage. Game cards with no data on them.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, Switch 2 games that you purchase in a Switch 2 box, and it's actually the Switch 1 version of the game with a download code for the upgrade to the Switch 2 version, so you're not actually getting a Switch 2 game. Right? And that's an issue.
Yeah.
Look at the 3DS store. 3DS store is gone. It lasted for 11 years. You can't access those anymore. So essentially what you are purchasing is a digital version of a game with an expiry date.
Just
And-
like the Wii U as well.
Right.
If it's on your console, you're okay. But
Also, one thing they announced though is they are including the upgrades to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with the Switch Plus online.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be
okay.
included in that. So if you subscribe to that, you can get those updates right away. Which, I mean, they've been kind of good about that as added value to the Plus.
Yeah.
But also now I can see that going up next year too.
Oh yeah.
Because I
Be
mean,
like, hey, you guys like that, huh?
because I pay 100 and so a year. Comes out to 120 or something. Because I get the family plan of the Plus. And that's because my wife and kid play Animal Crossing still. And that was how you could get the expansion was included in that, right?
Yeah.
So I kept meaning to load up Splatoon 3 because those were included in that too. So yeah.
So this is the feeling that we have when talking about the pricing of these games,
Yeah.
right? That's kind of where we're at. The hardware on one hand is incredible. The software pricing seems to be a little bit all over the place. And the issue with it is Nintendo never discounts their games.
Yeah, absolutely. The first party ones are almost never on sale. And
Well,
when it's a sale, it's
So
like
this
$5.
is the Switch was the first generation without a player's choice round.
Right.
It went
Right, yeah.
It went 8 years and they never had a player's choice where they usually drop the price by 20, $30 or whatever. Like it's still pretty pricey, but at least it's discounted, right?
Yeah, like showed those old pricings from 1991 and be like, oh yeah, it was never an inexpensive hobby, but those games went on sale. You know what I
They
mean?
did.
Yes.
They were never that price all the time, always. Like you could get them used, you can get them wherever. And now we're looking at the ability to not maybe get them used. The digital codes on whatnot. If I'm buying a physical copy of something, I want it to have the game on the cart or the disc or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not just buying a license for it. So So yeah, it's interesting. I hope that this Nintendo flexible pricing won't be as predatory as I have it in my brain right now, but it seems like they've cornered the market, and now like now the other day I don't have a PS5 yet, and I saw these prices, and then I'm like, PS5 is actually cheaper, and they raised the price after they launched the console, and that's I can't remember the time anybody
That's
ever did
right.
that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I read
But
a rumor today that because of the tariffs and everything, there is apparently closed door meetings going on right now at Nintendo about the prices of the console
yeah,
and everything. So
Right? Yeah.
no
it's
one
interesting.
no one knows for sure what that means, whether they're looking at dropping the prices of stuff a bit or
I would imagine that they're trying not to uh like force the price for one country to increase too much, and that may involve like raising the price slightly among
right.
the other areas, which may include Canada, right? Like a
Yeah.
North American pricing versus, so on and so forth. But that brings an interesting point because picking up a Japanese only language version of a Switch 2 is significantly cheaper. It's in
Mm.
around the 350 or something US. You could learn. Duolingo made a tweet about it. They were kind of poking fun at it. They're like, hey, yeah, sign up for Duolingo and you can save $200 on your Switch 2 if you learn Japanese.
Just
Like,
learn
Wow.
Japanese.
yeah, yeah, I
That's awesome.
can't remember the exact price, but it was significantly cheaper to have the
Yeah.
Japanese language version.
I heard
Yeah,
that too. Yeah, it was a very
yeah,
significant home country discount. So
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So there is wiggle room with regard to like what they're making profit on the hardware. Like we know that. So
Yeah.
yep.
because I don't think they're going to sell it in Japan at a loss. So
Yeah. I mean ultimately I'll pre-order and if things look dire, I don't, I can cancel it before June 5th.
that's true too. Yeah.
Like if
At
it
the
what
very least.
if something else changes or
Hmm.
whatever, right? Like
You can always sell it to an American friend too and make a huge profit.
yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
Be like, it's only 40% up.
they would invade Canada at that point.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
We're here for your Switch 2s.
We're here for
Yeah.
your switches.
Well, that's been a lot of talk on the Switch 2. Anybody, you guys have anything else you want to add?
Let us know in the comments if you plan on pre-ordering. What
Yes.
any thoughts you have? We'd love to hear what the if the common consensus is similar to what we're thinking. If you guys are really excited about it, let us know in the comments or email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
Thanks, Rob.
Hey, I can plug something every now and then.
So I thought I'd still leave the retro talk topic in, and I just wanted you guys to share what your favorite Nintendo console of all time is.
That's a tough one.
It is, right? I
It is
had
a hard one. Yeah. My nostalgia goggles tell me it's the Super Nintendo. It's what I go to when I'm playing retro games. I'm mostly
mhm,
playing Super Nintendo games on here, but like the Switch changed the game. Like it really did. Like
yeah.
it's something that I still want to continue collecting for the Nintendo Switch. But yeah, I still think Super Nintendo. That's just me. It's my favorite game ever is there. Like the
Right.
memories I have playing the original Mario Kart with my
Sure.
friends and
Yeah.
just right. Those they're ingrained. So
I Rob, do you have one? Or do
I
you
do. I'll kind of echo what Damon said. My nostalgia says the 8-bit NES because it was the first one I bought with my own money. It was
nice.
I remember just having friends over and just playing dodgeball,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
like
Super
River City
Dodgeball.
Ransom. Like
Yeah.
it was the first console where like they had arcade versions of games and they actually kind of felt like arcade versions. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
with like Galaga and all that. Um, Honestly, the one I go back to the most. The Wii U.
Nice.
As
Hmm.
strange as that seems, but
Oh,
if I want to play TurboGrafx 16 games, I'll pull out the Wii U because I the other feature that Nintendo needs to bring back like crazy is the virtual console.
yeah.
Mm.
You could get Genesis games, you could get TurboGrafx games. Like it was like a the first console that really had like a you had handheld emulation in your hands there, right? Like it was and you bought them and they were yours. You didn't have to you didn't have to get other games with it and pay a certain monthly fees. So
You know,
um,
the virtual console on the Wii and the Wii U, like
yeah,
totally changed the game for me. Like I remember every Tuesday or whatever they would release new titles to the virtual console.
yeah,
And I'd like eagerly await like reading the
Right.
update on Tuesday morning to see what because they were like you never had any idea of what they were going to throw in there. And then like you said when they
absolutely,
started adding the turbo graphics and some
yeah,
Genesis stuff and like it was awesome. I get so excited for some of this stuff. I actually found
yeah,
I had like I bought like The Legend of Cage. Remember that
Oh
game?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yeah,
I played that so much in the arcade, and I was so happy when it came. Like, and then I played it on the NES, and then yeah, I bought that on the Virtual Console.
yeah,
And they did some
yeah.
great exclusives on the Wii. Like they put out Duck Hunt that
Yes.
used the Wiimote
hmm Mad Dog
as the
McCree.
gun.
You could play those on the Wii U.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
American
Yeah.
Desert games. Yeah.
They put out a version on the Wii U, I think, of Dr. Mario, like a
Yeah, they had and the 25th anniversary of Luigi or the year of
yes,
Luigi.
the
They
year of
had
the
all sorts of
Luigi
other stuff
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Like that whole year was that was pretty cool.
It was.
Yeah. So was yours the Virtual Boy, Ryan, and why?
The
Yeah.
Virtual Boy. That's my Grail collector's item. Like finding a good working
Yep.
that I'm not gonna have to sell a kidney to buy.
Mm.
Um, so I debated a lot on this because I wrote the question a while ago, so I've been thinking about it a lot. And I was gonna go with the SNES at first, but I think I have to go with the N64 only
Nice.
because me and my buddies I put in so much like I did a lot of awesome gaming on the NES and the Super NES, but a lot of that was by myself,
Mm.
hmm
right? But the memories of playing GoldenEye
That's
Oh
a
and
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's a
Perfect
tough one.
Dark
Yeah.
and um, Mario Tennis um, and oh, I'm
Probably
forgetting the
Star Fox. Probably
yeah,
Star Fox.
yeah,
Yeah.
start like just all those games, like all of us just sitting around just playing those games and just
Yep.
having a blast, right? And and I think that that kind of memory and feeling kind of overpowers the SNES for me. That's
It's a good one. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
solid.
Right on.
Yeah.
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 and I I know everyone, but I mean that controller at the time it was it was fine, you
Yeah.
know, it was magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the
Dark
Rumble
black
Pack.
magic.
Yeah. The Rumble
That
Pack.
was okay. The Rumble Pack was really cool.
Like
Yeah, I liked it.
Absolutely.
that was some amazing stuff. Like yeah, because I think they had Rumble. Did they have Rumble before the PlayStation?
Yeah, they did.
Question.
I
Yeah,
guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. It was the Rumble Pack was the first one.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think it came with. I think I bought it with was with Star Fox. I think
Yes,
it came packed with it.
it came
Yeah,
packed with it. Yeah,
with 64. Yeah.
and I bought an awesome Mad Catz one that that it had a switch on it, so you could put your memory card in the front of it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so you could, the switch would be for Rumble or for memory.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And the
I mean, not all the
N64.
buttons worked on the Mad Catz one, but I mean, it was still pretty cool.
That's true. And the N64 had the memory upgrade as well, which is kind of
yes,
cool. You
right.
could upgrade
Yeah.
your console, yeah,
Yep.
by like
Yep.
a couple megabytes.
And I know it's a given, but I forgot to mention. I think the game me and my buddies played the most, and like led to fights and hurt feelings and everything
Yep.
is Mario Kart.
Y-
The Mario Kart
Oh.
battle
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
Right?
The battle mode
Yep.
in that was so good
Yeah. Yeah.
and so disappointing in the GameCube compared to that one. Yeah, I I need to go back. I've never actually played the matches in Mario Kart on the GameCube because I remember renting it one weekend and I'm glad I did at the time. And I had my buddies over and I'm like, this is the GameCube. We're going to play the awesome new battle mode in the
Yeah.
GameCube version. And
And the discs are little.
yeah, the
and
discs are tiny.
Little tiny discs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can carry it
Take
around
that,
like a lunch
PSP.
kit. And
That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
and yeah, it was disappointing to say the least. That portion of it was. And then that soured my taste for it, and I never went back to play the racing portion of it. The Double Dash. So that's also a hole in my gaming biography. But I mean, I've played every other one religiously since.
hmm
Actually, I put a lot of time into Mario Kart on the Wii, using the motion controls. Had the little air steering wheel with your
Yeah.
with your Joy-Con or with your Wiimote in it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean they've Nintendo's provided a lot of great memories, that's for sure, and that's I think that's also part of the the struggle with the pricing on everything because you got this brand loyalty for
Yeah.
Nintendo, but I think how many times have I said that before? Like especially about the Joy-Cons, Rob. Like Nintendo, you just make it so hard to love you sometimes.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. But one
Yeah,
of the most loyal fan bases in the gaming industry. So.
Yeah. They'll probably get me at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
hmm
Oh.
Well, gents, that was an excellent show. Did anything else pop into your minds about the Switch 2 you wanted to mention? No?
No, I
Okay.
am good.
Yeah, we talked about a lot.
We did.
Yeah. Well, Rob, if that's the case, why don't you take this crazy train home for us?
All right. Well, this has been this is a show that we do. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. We're the grumpy old gamers, and you can catch us fortnightly or bi-monthly, depending how the things are going. Semi-yearly.
Yeah.
We've also got you can also catch out a lot of our content on our Facebook page. Just look for the Grumpy Old Gamers. And we also do a lot of YouTube stuff. You can catch Ryan playing a lot of online games. I occasionally make videos there, including the newest series there
Oh,
about
yeah.
Rob Rages at Games.
Rob Rages.
So please, if you want to email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com and you have an idea for a good rage game that you want to see me put myself through, feel free to email us and we'll take a look.
What was the
So-
name of the last one you did, Rob?
Getting Over It with Bennett
Getting
Foddy.
over it.
Yeah, that was something. That was I was okay to begin with, and it just got it got bad real fast.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
the controls seem like they make sense. when
Julie
you're
Julie
learning it,
asked me
but-
what I was laughing so hard at. And I was like, Rob's pain! Rob's pain!
Yep. Yep. So appreciate game ideas for that. And yeah, like we said, we have an email address. You can email us ideas. You just want to ask us questions. Just want to say hi. You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. And that's about it. That's thank you for listening and or watching. And hope you'll join us on the next one. But have a great night. Take care. And don't pay too much for a Switch 2.
See ya.
Have a good night.
Good night.